Okay, in Chapter 6, you're going to learn how to use frames in a website. Okay, these are your chapter objectives. You're going to learn how to use frames to design the structure of a website. You're going to plan a layout. You're going to create a frame definition file. And you can do, I think we do 2 and 4 frame sets. So you'll learn about the frame set tag. You will learn about scrolling options when working with frame sets, how to turn those scrolling options off and on. You will learn how to set frame rows and columns. You will create a navigation menu to other pages within your web page. Okay. The first step in this process is going to be to create what's called a frame definition file. Okay. It is going to look like this right here. Let me zoom in just a little bit to enable editing. Okay. This is very similar to your initial tags. So you can actually open up a set of initial tags, and then all you're going to do is you're going to change the word in the second and third rows. You're going to change the word transitional to frame set. And this is just telling the web browser that you're creating a web page which is actually going to display multiple web pages at the same time. That's essentially what this is. Okay, so go ahead and type in your code. I would save this as frame set so that you can use it over and over and over again. Okay, the next step is going to be to click on line 11, and you're going to set the columns. So you're going to enter frame set calls 22% and 78%. This is going to define how wide each column set is, very similar to what you did when you were doing tables. So it's going to look like this when you're done. Okay. Next, we're going to specify the attributes of the menu frame. The menu is how the user is going to navigate throughout your website. So line 13, you're going to type in frame src equals menu.html. So that is going to be a separate web page that you create. They give it a title and a name, menu, and then a frame border of 0. Okay. Here should look like this right now. Okay, next you're going to end the frame set. So you're going to click on line 16, do your backslash, end frame set. Your code should look like this at this point. Okay, this step is going to be slightly different for us than the PowerPoint slide here, but just follow along. You are going to save the code that you've created as framedef.html. You're going to put that on your desktop, okay? Don't follow those directions on screen. So save it as framedefinition.html. And when you want to open your web page, you have to open it with this page, okay? And then you will be able to link to your other pages from here, okay? So with your frame def file saved, this is what you should have at this point. You're not going to print this, okay? Okay. We are going to now go to Notepad and enter, create a new web page. They want you to enter the HTML code in table 6-4, entering the initial tags, and go to the insertion point on line 12. Okay. So again, you've opened up, we're back to having transitional here in our initial tags. So we are going to go ahead and add in our menu code. So this is your menu code. Take a few minutes and enter that in now. Okay, next, to add links with targets to the menu page, you're going to click on line 12 and you're going to enter the HTML code as shown in table 6-5. Make sure you enter twice after the last line. It's going to look like this. Okay. If you need to, click line 33. You are going to add an email link here. We've done this before, so nothing new. Just go ahead and add that email link. Your code will look like this. Okay, once you're done with that, you're going to name this menu.html. Save that to your desktop as well. Double check, make sure everything's working. Okay. Okay, next, you can use your menu code if you want, just to save you some time. You just need to copy and paste. Okay, so you're going to copy from line 1 through line 10, hit Control-C, and then Control-V. You will paste that into a new Notepad document. Okay, you're going to add in your enter or your body, end body and end HTML tags. Make sure you have those, and make sure you change the title on line 8 to say homepage rather than menu. And then you can move to line 12 for the next set of code. So your code should look like this. Okay. We are now going to create the homepage. So click on line 12 and you're going to enter the HTML code as shown in table 6-6. Make sure you press enter after each line. Okay, your code will look like this. You've got your paragraphs in. Okay. On this page, you are going to save this as home.html. Save it to your desktop along with your other ones. Do not print. You can validate it. Make sure that everything's working. Okay. This is what your code should look like when you were done with that home page. Okay, now you want to validate that everything's working together and it will all be visible and all the links will work from that FrameDef page. So you have to go and open up your FrameDef file, and then from there you can actually click on the different links to see if they work. This is what it should look like. Again, we're not going to print, we're just testing here, making sure everything works. Okay, this is what it should look like, and you should be able to click on these and it should take you to each web page. One for necklace, bracelets, watches, etc.